Hello, loves. I got the flag on me right now. Some of it is because we need to keep warm, and some of it has to do with my patriotism. I've been looking at a lot of things that are happening. And I'm going to take it off. But I've been looking at a lot of things that are happening, and I want you guys to look at it with a critical mind. Understand that we are being shown a way to live, and if it fits with your narrative, we could continue doing that then. But if it doesn't fit with your narrative, if it doesn't fit with the way you want to live, we have to speak up. We have to speak up. We cannot just sit here and wait till somebody else is going to do the work for us. Okay? I love you guys. And I know that we are going through a lot of things, but it could be worse. Right now we're being shown what is not working. Some of you are looking at this life and saying, well, it's already played out, and that means there's nothing we can do about it. It's already there. Really? Really? Is that the way that you are looking at life, that there is nothing that you can do about it? Because if that is the way you're looking at it, well, then that is true. But I look at it a little bit differently. I'm looking at it as, in our minds, we have amazing abilities to shift. Right now, we are in a space or in a time where everything is shifting right now. Everything is shifting for us. And we're used to being in a place where we just sat back and or just went to work, came home, didn't think, didn't reflect. But most of you are not there right now. Most of you are reflecting on what in the world did we just see? Did we see what we saw? Is it true? We are being pushed from all directions. We're being guided and misguided. We're getting information and misinformation. And I remember being much, much younger and looking at the world and thinking, I was about 17 and I was thinking, oh my gosh, is my world going to be like the grown-ups, that when I get to be a certain age, I have to go to work, I have to fight, I have to survive, and then when I'm done, I retire, and then I say goodbye. Is that what you guys think we came here for? Really? I don't think so. I think that we came here for much, much more, and it is unfolding right now, but we have to take control, and we have to use our minds to project what kind of outcome we want. If you're not happy with what you're seeing with Mr. B right now, understand that that's just a projection. It is a show. And many of you are probably going to look at me like, really? Come on. He's already the president. Can't do anything. It's already done. No, that is not true. That is not true. I believe with all the way I look at everything, and I'm looking at it from, good evening. Good evening, Elizabeth, and Mitch and Elena and all you others that are coming in. But I believe with all my being that we have not seen really how great it's going to become. But I don't think we're going to be seeing it until most of us have awakened up to it. Accepting, allowing this beauty, this beautiful life to come to us. And the way we're going to speed it up is by already bringing it into our minds. So when you bring it into your mind that this is the way I want it to be, you start talking to your friends, you start connecting with other like-minded, guess what happens? It starts spreading. So in my book that I wrote in 2012, it's coming back. I'm going to read it a little bit from it. I was looking at this. Hearts. And I looked at it and I said, what can a heart do? Later on, I found out that this heart that we have does a lot. It can do a lot. It can raise the vibration of a relationship. It can raise the vibration of, with an open heart, 800,000 people. One person with a complete open heart can shift a lot of other people. So what happens if we connect heart to heart? What happens if we bring in our divinity? What happens if we open up our expansive heart and our love? Even to Mr. B right now, because he's going around. That's not an easy job to have. He knows he's falling apart. Hello, my dear. He knows that everything is falling apart. But we have to look at this as a representation of what is going on in the world and with each one of us. Because as long as we are accepting a lie and saying, okay, that's the way it is. And I don't really care who won or who didn't win. I'm saying right now, what we're looking at is a big lie. And we have been so trained to be okay with, we can't do anything about it anyway. So we're going to sit in the sofa, watch some games, eat some popcorn. But in our minds, we can. That's true. In our minds, we can. In our minds, if we do not accept, we send love to it, okay? But if we do not accept it, and in our minds, we see what we want to see. We see a bright future. We see a future of freedom. We see a future of that we are sovereign. Each one of us is a sovereign being. Nobody can tell us what to do. Nobody. We're divine. It's only if we allow this to happen. If we allow someone else to tell us what to do, that's what's going to happen. It is very important that you all understand that it is the king's new clothes. I don't know, in Sweden it's called kejsarens nya kläder. In Danish, kejsarens nye tøj eller sådan noget. But in English, what is it called? It's about a young girl seeing the king walk through. The whole city knows or is believing that he has special clothing on. And a little girl says, no, he has no clothes on. Okay? She saw through it. The emperor's new clothes. Yes, there you go. Everybody else was blinded. And this is what I'm seeing. It's freaking me out. I'm like, guys, are you not seeing what is going on? Are the emperor's new clothes? Yes. Are you not seeing what is going on? Are you not understanding that what is going on right now is a play, but I think it is allowed until we don't allow it anymore. Okay? We have a Mr. T that is on the sidelines right now. He can't really come in and do what we need him to do. He's doing it the other way. We have the military that has taken over. And he will come back, Mr. T. But the thing is, right now, and it will be very sooner than later, and other things are rolling out underneath, right? We saw Myanmar taking back their country, or the military taking back. And what was the other country? There was another country right now that just declared, oh, Russia. The CB is out of Russia, central banks. It's time for us to do the same. And we're doing it. And it is happening. As we're speaking, it is happening. But the interesting part is most people are, let's say most people that, Sabsty, you know what? You're not the only one. When my family looks at this, they're like, oh my gosh, we just didn't hear her say that. But I want to say this. You know why? It's important because I know a lot of you are thinking the same way. You're thinking the same way. You're saying, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. No, because it isn't. Because what is happening right now is the emperor's new clothes. Absolutely. Absolutely the emperor's new clothes. And this little young girl says, hey, wait a minute, those are not clothes. He has no clothes on. Okay? I don't want to go too far into it, but I think you guys get what I'm saying, right? You're getting the fact that here it is, we are watching a play out. But we have to, each one of us has to discern, what is it that I'm watching? What is it? Who is the source? Who wants me to think this way? Who wants me to continue thinking this way? Is this the truth? What is the truth? Okay, is the truth what we just saw January 20th? Sorry. Yes, January 20th. Is that the truth? Or were we watching something that is disinforming us so that we are getting back to who we are? So connect with your heart, connect with your soul. What do you feel? Okay? And if this is not what you are wanting to happen, then I want you to look at it as, okay, it is happening out there. How am I feeling about it? What am I feeling when I see a certain person going out there and telling and raising the price of insulin like way higher than it was before? Wake up, guys. That's just the beginning. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening until we actually wake up. So we need to wake up, all of us. Each one of you, if you have family members that don't believe in what it is you're saying and don't understand, that's okay. That's okay, because these family members, they might feel uncomfortable because it doesn't resonate with what they are seeing or what they are feeling. And that's okay. A lot of people have been called lunatics until the rest catch up. Okay? So if you're one of those that are being called that because you have these so-called conspiracy thoughts, just understand that it's okay. You're doing well. Because if people question you, you're on the track of something right. Oh, that's another thing. So there are a lot of people that do not see. They are supposed to be very spiritual and supposed to be very awake and supposedly have a lot of followings, but they don't see. Well, James, you get that. I would like you to do me one favor, and I'd like you to share this feed with another group, okay? But what I was going to say is, so sometimes we have a lot of people out there that are so-called connected to the spirit realm, and they think that they see a whole bunch of things. And I actually was very surprised at some of the people that I considered awake. Completely not awake. I mean, whoa. And it kind of made me understand that, you know, the level of awakeness we are. Many of us are awake, but not to where You can see when a person says something that they are probably meaning something else, or that they are trying to disinform you, or they're trying to lead you, but silently with coded messages, like Mr. T does a lot, or like a lot of the other peeps are doing. They are leading you with coded messages, and you have to think, you have to feel, you have to see, you have to almost like analyze, okay, how was it said? What was, because you have to pick out those small cherries to find out what it is that's really going on. Okay? And we're in for a beautiful surprise very, very soon. But right now, I want you to think of your ability to shift through connecting to your higher self, to your divine you, and you shifting through your heart, expanding your heart, allowing the beauty to come from you, and connecting with our fellow humans on all sides. It doesn't matter, okay? Because right now, what we are about to embark on is a journey into a complete different way of being. Hello, Dana. A completely different way of being, where we are interconnected on such a level that I feel sometimes when I'm speaking, I do not know what words are coming out before they come out, because I'm completely connected to the above, right? And sometimes things come out, I'm like, oops, I'm trying to ooh, maybe I need to go, no, and I'm like, nope, it's just gotta flow, okay? But I want you guys to know too, that go back to when you were children. Go back to when you were children. Remember how that felt when you were twirling, for example? Twirling, twirling, twirling. For girls, have their dresses on and then twirl and twirl. For guys, I don't know, but I just know that I felt great when I did that. And it was something we just did. Did you know that already by doing that, you were connecting your chakras so that they were spinning better, so that you were staying healthy? Did you know that by doing that, what happens is you are working on your equilibrium? About 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I started doing the Five Tibetans. I don't know if you know this, but one of them is the swirling. And the first time I did it, I could only swirl 5 times. I was all dizzy, But now, well, I don't do it every day, but I love swirling. That when I do it, I can do it for half an hour. I can just have the great music on. I'm just swirling. I know several people that are doing the Five Tibetans, and I know that was part of my routine before. It isn't really that part right now, but I do love doing it, and because you feel good afterwards, right? And so there is something about doing that just makes us feel alive. Do things that make you feel alive. Laugh. Gosh, we need to laugh more. We need to even laugh at what's going on right now, because we can be so sad about it, but we can also laugh about it, right? So I definitely I want you to know that when we look at the world and it seems that we're not getting any information, or we're not getting this, or things are not happening exactly the way we want, guess what? It's divine timing, and will always be divine timing. And divine timing is the correct timing. You know how sometimes you get to a place and you would have wanted to come a little bit earlier, and then, well, that didn't happen. You came a little bit late compared to the clock. But we don't, a clock or a watch or any kind of construct is not anything that is in the flow. What's it called? The Five Tibetans. The Five Tibetans. Sometimes, when we arrive a little bit late, we're actually arriving on time for us. Who knows? Maybe we were a little bit late because we were supposed to not experience something, or we were being held back. You know how sometimes you're going out, you're going to be driving your car, and you can't find your keys? And then you find the keys, and then, I needed to take this with me as well. Divine timing. So everything that's happening right now is in divine timing. And I want to read something from you about unconditional love. And it's in this book. It's called I Am, the Soul's Journey to Source Within. Last time we talked about the soul's journey, or last time we talked about the I am, I said you have to be very careful with what you write or what you say after the word I am. The I am is connecting you with your higher self, bringing it in. It is a very powerful saying. Just to say that, just to say I am is going to be very powerful. So I'd like to read a little bit here. Remember we talked about hearts. We've just had Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day is huge here in the US. It's not as huge in Europe. Maybe not. But here we have it. And so, but I want you to think about it here. Go back to a time where you felt either you were in love or somebody, your family member or somebody really, really loves you. And if you can't find that, then the unconditional love we have for our pets. That's another one, right? When people get to feel unconditional love, they will understand that the love is something more than what you see with your two eyes. It's the difference. When you guys start feeling the love from this channel, for example, when you start feeling the love coming through, and I feel some of you are having a little hurt in your heart, and what I do when I feel that, my heart reaches out to you, because many of us are going through difficult times in this time right now. But I want you to look at it as it's a time of change, and it's a time of leveling up, but it's also a time of going within and clearing. So the ripple effect is when you do something for someone else from your heart, not from your neediness, from your heart. When you do something that makes someone else happy or that helps someone else in some way, because you expand your heart, but you also affect the person that you're helping. And when you affect the person that you're helping, that person can then in their turn help someone else. So sometimes it's just a word or it's just a call. Hey, I just called to say, how are you? Or to see if you're okay. Like this morning I had one of my friends calling me and saying, hey, are you okay? I said, well, I don't really have electricity, so I don't have heat, but my house is keeping the heat and I'm fine. She says, but let me know, I can come out, even though it's really bad roads right now. We're in Texas and we have snow. Nobody knows how to drive in snow here. Some of us Nordics, we do, but just that was really, really beautiful. She reached out to me. She says, I just wanted to know that you were okay, because I know that you're out in the wild. I live in the wild, and those things. So the ripple effect is she is doing that to me, and then I'm thinking, is there anybody that needs my help? And so then I reach out to them, and then it becomes a ripple effect. We help each other. We are unifying. We're uniting. Okay, because I would like to feel that we have gone beyond this kindergarten stage where we have to me. We are uniting. We are opening up. We're opening up for people with different opinions as well. We have to embrace everyone as they are. And some of them, and I know that I have myself felt that as well, some of us are having a hard time understanding, why are people not waking up? It's their path. It's their path. What can we do? What we can do is embrace that. We can embrace their growth. Dana, I'm sorry. Well, that's not fun. That's not fun when we reach out. But you know what? maybe that person, maybe that's a wake-up call, or a cry for help. Passive aggressive, sometimes that's a cry for help. I'm going to ask. Now this, I know some people say, oh, this is not that. I'm just asking the universe. I'm asking the universe, yes or no. Okay, so the yes, give me a yes. Okay, that's a yes. Okay, give me a no. Okay, so no is back and forth. Yes is clockwise. Dana, it's hard. Hey, many times I want to be human too. I have a baseball bat that I use, and I hit some balls, or I go out to my boxing thing out there, or I'll just lift something heavy sometimes. And then I'll get back and I can meditate and I can relax. But let's see here. I have okay, Justine, I'm going to do you, but let me see the card here. We had another one who wanted a card. James. Okay. Let's do a card for humanity first. Okay? And then let's do one for James. Justine, you know why the pendulum doesn't always answer truthfully? And I threw my pendulum away for a while because I was like, you know what? It's saying what I wanted to say. You know why? Because I was controlling it. we can control. So we have to. So when we do it, we have to bring our energy back. Okay, we have to bring our energy back when that is happening. Okay, now I think it was James first, right? James, Justine, and okay, let's see here. First universal. For universal card, let's see what we're getting here. Conditioning. Oh my God, that is so true. We are waking up to the power that we are. We're not the sheep. Remember, we're not the sheep, we're the lions. Okay, we are opening up. We're opening up to the lions, to the power that we have within us. Because you see, for many of you that might be considering the vaccine, I would say what that does, it disempowers you. I know this sounds crazy, but it does. Because it closes your ability to see. It closes this ability as well to be connected. You become zombie. Now, some of you are going to say, well, that's not medical advice. Nope, it's not. It's common sense for me. Okay? I have an 80-year-old mother who says she's not going to take the vaccine. And I asked her why. She's a nurse. She's been an operation nurse her whole life. Because the doctors don't always know what they're saying. And I'm not saying bad about doctors. This is just her. And she says, and one is saying something and the other one is saying something else, and the third one. And so what I've noticed, what I was discerning, I went and I discerned, and I was asking my guides, and they were like, no, you're not going to do that, because first of all, if you need something, if you got really, really sick, take the hydroxychloroquine. It's been around for 40 years. It'll take care of it. That's much better. And I don't like getting somebody to put a needle in me. Ooh, no. Okay, so yes, we are conditioning. So we're about to leave that state, but I feel that there has been a big. The last year, people have been under hypnosis. I'm a hypnotherapist. I know what this trauma has done to a lot of people. First, they put them under trauma. Then they put in them the fear. And then what happens? Well, then we go ahead and we agree, because we'd rather agree to something that is actually really bad for us, because then maybe they will stop being bad towards us. That's not going to happen. Sorry. I'm peace, love, and understanding and everything. But I do see beyond. And when you see beyond, you're like, not a good picture. That's why I'm saying discernment. Discern what is going on here. And then they're telling everybody to let go. Let go of the old, embrace the new. Okay? I'm saying let go of the old thoughts, feelings, emotions that are drowning you. Now, it was James, right? Let's see here. I'm just gotta make sure. What did I say? James, there he is. Okay. Let's see here. James, what are you going through? Ooh, you're going through some things here, but let me see what the cards are saying. Yep, that's what I thought. You're exhausted. Many of you are, not just James, I can tell you. Because I feel that you're being pushed in a direction you don't want to go. You're having to make decisions out of fear. And I also get a 9, and a 9 is the finishing of a cycle. So literally, James, you're about to finish a cycle, a path that you've been going on to, and you are about to leave that path. You do not want to continue with that path. So to get a more in-depth connection or in-depth reading, connect with me. But this is more or less what I'm getting right now. And you're wanting to make a choice, but it's not the best choice right now. But if you look at it down the line, it could be a much better choice than to continue down that path that is not, it's not you anymore. It used to be. Open up for new possibilities, my dear. Okay, let's see here. Justine, let's see what we have for you. Justine, you are... It's almost like you are wanting and playing, wanting and playing things to be a certain way. You're having a good smile on your face, and everything is outside looking good, but not really. So you're playing the smiley face. You see the smiley face? But behind that smiley face, things are not the way that you really want them to be. But you're trying to cope with it. And oh my goodness, I know how that feels, to be coping with things. But I feel you're stuck in a way, so you can't really... It's almost like you feel you can't really tell what you feel, because you are kind of stuck in some situation, some relation. It's a relationship. And when I say relationship, it can be a relationship to work, it can be a love partner, it can be things that are keeping you in a space where you're not really sure this is the right thing for you. 7 is magical. That means that you have... let me take another card for you. Let me just see if I can... yeah, you're feeling... Okay, so I'm getting a little bit more, Justine. The isolation, but you're coming out of isolation. So it's almost like you've been blocked, and you're making your way out. I want you to follow your heart. What would your heart say if you had to follow what your heart wanted you to do? What would it be? You need to go in. You need to find your superpower. Each one of you that's here, you need to find your superpower. What is your superpower? And I feel that there's a high frequency here. So take this energy that is coming right now. It's healing you. Okay, it's healing you. I'm getting that I'm gonna have to go over to these other cards. They're giving me this. They're giving me right now the mystical wisdom. They're giving me the mystical wisdom. And I'm looking at that as, sometimes we need to get away from path that we are, that we have been taking, and go a new way. Discover your courage. Wow, look at those. Discover your courage. Look at the dragon. Yes, discover your courage. Okay, let's see here. That's the dragon. Ah, dragon. Hello, Jimmy. Discover your courage. The dragon represents courage, strength, and fortitude. The dragon is victorious in any situation and serves as a powerful guide and guardian in all endeavors. Victory comes in emotional triumph and healing of old wounds. We can't make that up. Did I just say that in the beginning? We need to heal. Or a completion of a project. A surprise is looming for you that will create one of the most wonderful moments of your life. This is a message of glorious accomplishments that will set the standards for years to come. Congratulations. This is what we're going towards, each one of you. This is where we're going. Okay, mantra. My desire is coming to fruition. Yes, my desire is coming to fruition. I will almost say my desire is already. My desire is, whatever it is. Yellow. Okay. Okay, yeah. My desire is already here. Because once you can imagine it, you've already created it. So some of these cards, sometimes the cards are magnificent in the way that they are, they're helping us. But I'm looking at it as open up to your courage. Take those steps. Never, 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 ever give up, no matter what you're going through. Now, this morning, when I had no heat, no electricity, and then the heat, of course, and suddenly I couldn't call, and suddenly I couldn't do this, and suddenly I couldn't do that. I was like, okay, what can I do? What haven't I done in a while? Well, I haven't written in my new book, so maybe that was something. So I had batteries in my computer, so I was able to do that. And I was thanking the universe, because when I was finished doing that, I went outside, went into the snow, and I just saw birds of all colors at my bird feeder. It was amazing. I had to start a fire because I wanted to have some hot... I have a dog behind here. I wanted to have some hot coffee. And at first I was pretty bad at starting that fire, but guess what? It ended up being a beautiful fire. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I'm really, really good at this. And then for a while I had a little bit of connection and I was able to call, and then I didn't have connection again. So it was an interesting day, and I do have my power back. I don't know if I'm going to lose it again. In Texas, we're not used to having snow. We're not used to having snow. We're not used to having cold weather in the 1-digit numbers. Come on. So, but I'm rolling with whatever is coming to me. Okay, I'm rolling with it. I'm saying, okay, if I need to be a little bit more adventurous, I will. I was out walking in high snow, and I hadn't done that for a long time, and it was actually really, really beautiful. Mother Earth was showing her beauty. And sometimes we have to look at it as a gift, and it was definitely a gift for me. Good day, Priscilla. It was definitely a beautiful gift that I was receiving by looking at this. And then I got to look at a book that I had bought a long time ago. It was called The Custodians, Beyond Abduction. Ooh. In these times, a lot of this is coming forward. It's by Dolores Cannon, this one. And these beings, I do connect with them. And I have connected with them for a long, long time. And I think that because we're talking about them, let's go into the Galactic Heritage cards. Let's see what the Galactics are telling us right now. Because they are here. And I'm finding out more and more that they are here. They are the custodians of us. it all depends on how you look at it. We can look at it as, oh my gosh, Christina, I am so happy that you're here. Oh, I have not seen you in a while. Sorry, guys. I'm happy everybody's here. But this girl here, I miss her. She came and visited me once. It was wonderful. Okay, the galactic heritage. And I want you guys to know that there is creative communication. Oh my God, this card, you can't make it up. So what I was about to tell you guys was that if you look at Mother Earth and her beings that are here as experiments, I know none of us want to be feeling like we're an experiment, but if you look at it as we were seeded, starseeds, seeded onto this planet to make a difference. Each one of you that is here, good evening, yes, Priscilla. Each one of you is here for a reason. You were seeded onto this planet. If you look at it that we came here to make a difference on this planet, not everything has gone perfectly. We were not supposed to have disease on this planet. Things happened. Mistakes have been made. If we look at the abductions as they're probably making them better, making us better. Like when I do the DNA activation, I'm connecting with your soul. I'm connecting with you as the person that you have always been, and not in your body, but I'm talking about your evolvement, your ascension. I'm working with that when I'm working with that, right? At the same time, I'm connecting with the beings from the other planets, galaxies, of the other universes, multiverses. So when I'm connecting with them, they're giving me the information and the codes for you. You can do this by yourself as well. Many times people come to me and learn the techniques, and then they can go home and they can do that themselves, right? Sometimes you want to come back because it was much better. Helene, you know how to do it, and I understand that. But the interesting part is that I'm always communicating with the beings above and the beings below, because I'm one with all, and so are you. But the interesting part is that if you do not understand it, you can't really live it. You understand what I mean? If you're not there yet, you're not there yet. It's okay. If I say to you, you are God, and that completely offends you, that's okay, because you're not there yet. Why would I say that? Because you reside in a body, but you are not the body. You are always you, no matter what lifetime we're talking about. Now, we have the past, present, future lifetimes, right? I look at it more as, and I didn't always look at it this way, I see it now as parallel lifetimes. We are literally living in this physical parallel paradigm, but we're also living in the other multiple parallel lives as well at the same time. So when we make a difference here, we shift here, we're shifting on all these other lives as well. I know that's a little much. But some of you I know had, and I'm connecting with some of you. Some of you I know had a what's it called? You had a make-believe friend. Okay, so my make-believe friends, they came from outer space. Well, some of them came from outer space, some of them came from inner space. The inner worlds here as well. But just to understand that these were beings that you could see as a little one. You could see. You communicated. Many of us lost it when we went to school. We were closed down. We were closed down. Churches will close this part down too, right? Because you will be. There's a way they want to. The problem that has been happening with a lot of the religions, and I am open to God, and I'm open to the universe, I'm open to source, because we are all that. We are. I am all that is. I am that. But because we sometimes are programmed, yes, because we are sometimes programmed to believe in something outside of ourselves. And in the word believe, you have the word lie. If it's not a knowing, it's not your truth. Okay, so that's why you always have to look at what people are trying to teach you, or what you are supposed to be bringing in, programming. That's why I don't watch TV. But if you look at what is being programmed into you, you will know if it's something that resonates with you or not. But after a while, if you're listening to that type of programming for a while, you're not going to be able to discern. And that's why turning off the TV is one of the biggest things you can do for your ascension and for your awakening. But let's go back to working with the Starseeds. Okay? Each one of you that is on this call right now are understanding on some level that there is a reason why you came here. Okay? We have been bombarded with false information, I don't know how long. So that's why your discernment, does it feel right in your heart? Are you connected to the divine? Which you always are, of course, otherwise you wouldn't be around. But are you opening up your connection? Are you opening up to your self-guidance system? And when you connect with other beings from other galaxies, from other solar systems, from other universes, multiverses, you are sovereign. Understand that does not matter where they come from. You are sovereign because you're in the physical and you're in the non-physical. I have heard a lot about people being afraid of the abductions. I'm afraid that has been part of Earth's ascension for the longest time. And as a very young one, I connected with the beings from outer space, but I also connected with the beings from Mother Earth. Okay? And sometimes they live in Mother Earth. This is a completely different topic. But let's go in and see about the communication. Right now, the cards I got from the Galactic Heritage is communication, creative communication, okay? We need to be creative in our communication. We need to open up for communication. Now, how do we do that? By listening, opening your mind, opening your hearts, okay? By listening with not just your critical thinking, opening up to, there might be other opinions. There might be other knowledge that you don't know about. Be open to listening to it. You don't have to bring it in as your truth. Don't ever believe in me. Don't ever believe in anybody else that says anything outside of you. Don't even believe yourself sometimes, okay? But open up to discerning and looking at it from different perspectives. Maybe do some research, which is always a good thing to do, and feel how it feels in your heart. That will be your knowing. That will be your truth. But let's go in and see what they have here of 61 creative communication. Let's see what they have here for us. From Sirius. Let's just do that. 61. Let's see here. The Sirius energy is known for its profound spiritual communication. It acknowledges that you have a connection with a Sirius guide, a future self, or dolphin energy that is currently working with you. Spend time in quiet meditation connecting with this energy. Oh, this cannot be said enough. If you want to open up to the divine connection, the divine communication, You have to spend time where you're not talking to people, where you're not doing something, or you're not being something, where you just are. I am. The easiest time is when you wake up in the morning. Without talking to anybody, open up to the guidance. Okay? When I work with people, I do help them connect to their higher selves. I have done it on my YouTube channel. I don't know which one it is because I've done so many. But I also can help you one-on-one connecting to your higher self. Because when you connect to your higher self, you're connecting to all that is. Do you understand what a superpower you become when you connect to all that is and then work through your heart? Whoa, that's just, but anyway, spend some time in quiet meditation connecting with this energy. Let this energy help you inspirationally communicate with those you love. That's another way. If you have a hard time with someone that you love, you know what you do? You connect with their spirit. You connect with them. You send love to them. In my book, I always write about putting a heart around the people that you love and also the people that you don't really love. Whenever you speak to someone, think about them encapsulated inside a heart, beautiful heart. The connections are going to be much easier. The communication is going to be easier. If you do any form of channeling, this Sirius energy can assist you. If you have difficulty saying things that need to be said in your life, ask this guide for help. It can help you clear karmic patterns regarding your fear of expressing yourself. And this is something I get a lot. I'm a hypnotherapist as well. Many people say, I cannot speak my mind. I can't speak, speaking engagements freak me out, or I don't know how to connect with this person. And my thing is, I always tell people that, through hypnosis, you can do anything. There's nothing that can stop you. You want anything done, you go and you work with a hypnotherapist, including myself, but there are many out there. And they can give you the roadmap so that you can clear any of those obstacles. Now, they were talking about some karmic stuff too. Many times when we have a hard time expressing ourselves, we can have throat issues, but we can also have previous lives or past lives where we were not allowed to express ourselves. Some of us, including myself, was killed because of my me expressing myself in situations where it was dangerous, but I still did. And I know that many of the people today that are here, that are speaking their minds and out there doing a lot of things, they too, it probably was tough in the beginning because they knew they were killed in previous lives, but they're still going to do it, right? I mean, many of us have had to overcome the fear of speaking our truth. But when we do, oh my goodness, there is nothing that can stop us. And if we are stopped, at least we have done what we could do, okay? And I'm speaking very much about staying in your truth, not the world's truth. And if you have an opinion and you feel it in your heart, you feel it in your soul, I want you to stand up for that. Because that is very important. Because there are a lot of other people that are thinking the same. They just don't dare say it. You will be the one that is speaking for them. Understand that if you have something that is bothering you, and I'm talking about if it's, in society or anything like that, like the fact that we're right now living in a big, big lie, or accepting a result that we know was not really reality. If we don't speak up, if we don't do anything about it, we're just going to continue going down that road. It's almost like you are driving on a highway, to get from point A to point B, you need to continue on this highway. But somebody tells you, no, you're going to have to go this other way. And if you go this other way, you don't get to point B. You get to point to something else, right? So understand that your knowing is so important right now. Your ability to discern what's happening is so important, because one person standing up does make a difference. Some people think, it doesn't make a difference. It's like it is. We're just going to have to deal with it. But no, one person standing up does make a difference. One person saying something that many other people are feeling does make a difference. And you are starseeds. You didn't come down here. You didn't come onto this planet to go to work and to go home and to die. I know, it sounds horrible, but you didn't come here to do that. You came here for a bigger reason. And one way to connect with that reason is to connect with your heart, to connect with your being, to connect with your soul, to connect with nature, to ask the questions and wait and open up for the answers. Okay? To ask those questions. Because you are an intelligent, feeling being. You are, yes, the ripple effect. Ask the questions. Feel. Okay? And I know that many of you, when you feel, you are, as a hypnotherapist, I know I'm going to be very, very busy when people come out of the shock. A lot of people are still in the shock, in the fear, in the whole thing. But that is being eradicated from this planet. Fear is being taken out of this planet. That's why you see all the fear-mongering going on, and it's getting higher and higher and higher, but you're wondering, you're looking through it, you're like, wait a minute. I know what I'm seeing. It doesn't fit with reality, but I know what I'm seeing, and until we get to the other side of it, it's just like a little seed is in the dark, but that's not going to be in the dark the rest of its life, right? The seed comes up through the soil, and then it starts to sprout, right? A lot of you are doing the same. A lot of you are opening up to your divinity, to your power, to your empowerment, and looking at what we went through last year, we were like, oh my gosh, hope that it's not going to be worse this year. Well, we've had some rude awakening this year as well. And it's going to continue until we say stop. Think of it. Or until we in our minds say, okay, this is what I want. Instead of staying in the fear-mongering, this is what I want. This is how it's going to be. This is how my life is going to be. Connecting with that inner power that you have. And going in that direction that you want. Can you imagine what happens when everyone opens their hearts and does that? And we unite one heart at a time. Connecting. Helping. Having compassion. Having compassion for people that think completely opposite of what you think. Are they human? Yes. Do they need love just like everyone else? Yes. And see that. Open up to that. Understand that each one of us does make a difference. Each one of us has a big impact on everyone else that we are meeting and that we are connecting with. A smile makes all the difference in a person's life. Sometimes we just need that. Sometimes we need that smile. I was once going in Sweden. I had just divorced the children's father, and I was walking down the street and I was waiting for the light to turn green. I was stopping, and a guy sitting in a car, and he just gave me a smile, and oh my gosh, I almost started crying because I hadn't been smiling for a while because I've been having a lot of hardships. But I'll never forget that smile. I wish I remembered who it was so I can thank this person. Because his one little smile, that's all he did. He was standing, he just smiled to me, and I'm like, oh, wow. And it made all the difference. And I still remember it. And this is like 20 years ago. No, almost. That one smile. Somebody reaching out to me once as well. I wasn't feeling very well, and I was in a relationship that wasn't that great, and I I was telling this friend of mine that, I wasn't feeling very well. I didn't feel, this and that. And she says, I'll come pick you up. I'm like, what? She says, yeah, just get yourself an overnight bag and I'll come pick you up. And she was like an hour away. And she did. And she just made it so much better. I was like, oh my gosh, there are people like that out there? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And so each one of you do make a difference. What you say, what you do, how you help someone, how you just bring a beautiful word to someone. It does make a difference. And we need to look at that right now because we have been so isolated. Here in Texas, it's a little bit less, but I know in many countries it's so much more isolation and it is hurting us. It is hurting us, but understand that it is also awakening us. So there's a bad side, but there's also the good side. The good side is it's waking us up. We're like, no, we're not going to deal with this. We're not going to continue with this. We're not going to continue with governments that are corrupt. We're not going to continue with that. People are waking up to the fact that, hey, you know what? We actually have to change this. We're actually having to change this whole scenario. And our thoughts are very important because our thoughts become actions and actions become results, right? So if you think it and you talk to someone that thinks the same, then you have a little bit more of a power, and then that person talks to, and it is again the ripple effect, right? We need to do the ripple effect. We need to start speaking from our hearts, and when we speak from our hearts, what happens? We connect, and when we connect, what happens then? Well, we lift up each other, and then we help each other just by our words. It's as simple as that, by our words and our feeling. Now, right now, I feel passionate about the fact that we are looking at something, we are looking at our governments, and we are seeing them crack. Myanmar has just cracked. What was the other one? There wasn't one more that just cracked. Pierre, hey, wonderful seeing you. What is the other place that has been that they've taken back their Russia. Sorry, Russia. They've taken back their power. Central banks are not running them anymore. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? This country needs to do the same. All the worlds are coming out of the ashes. We're coming out as the phoenix. We're coming out and we're becoming really powerful. But each one of us has to do the work. Each one of us has to do the work. We all have to connect with our hearts to everyone. But we also have to connect with our beings, the I am. Connect with the I am as much as you can. Bring it into your world. Bring it into your life. Bring it into your I mean, this is so effective when we bring in the I am, bring in who we are into our bodies, open up our hearts and connect with that. I mean, when I found out that was our superpower, I was like, why haven't I been doing this before? Right? For a while, I was feeling that I was not enough. I wasn't enough. And since when are we not enough? And since when are we not connected? If we're not connected, we're not alive. That's a one. That's the first one. But yes, that is one of the things that is also leaving this earth. The fact that we're feeling we're not enough. This is something that's going deep in our. It's a karmic energy that we have. Yes. So Pierre, Trump, he can do a lot. Yes, that is true. But the ripple effect will happen once we connect with our hearts and once we unite, because we're much more united than we think we are, or than we see in the MSM. We're much more united than that. But that's not what they want to portray. They want to portray the fear. And shifting the fear to love. You know how you feel when you feel loved. It doesn't matter what anybody says around you. When you feel loved, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? Somebody's going to hurt somebody that feels loved? No, you're in an expansive state. You can't not feel powerful when you're in the love space. So when you're in the love space, look at it from the perspective of, you're looking at it from a 5D perspective. You're looking around and you're seeing everything. You're seeing the beauty. You're seeing the beauty. You're seeing the love. You're seeing the love shifting people. You see, when you give somebody a hand, you open your heart. It's not just one way. It goes two ways, right? It goes two ways. I want to do another card here because I feel that the Isis cards are always some of my favorites, and it's because of the empowerment. And it doesn't just mean Isis was an amazing goddess, and she came very much into the planet around 2012, back, shifting us into our empowerment. Okay, the serpent of fire. But that doesn't mean that the female are supposed to be the high. This is a priestess right now. She's very, very powerful. Yes, yes, yes. Bring it in. Bring that energy in. But at the same time, what is happening here is she is opening up for the empowerment of all, not just for the female. And for the males, it is opening up for the empowerment of the feminine side of you. Now, I don't want you males to go over and become too much. It's and same with the females, to become too much. No, we need to balance the male and the female within ourselves. That is what 2012 was about. But 2012 was about clearing the fear and opening up for the love. Let's see here, Serpent of Fire. Yeah, let me just find her here, because sometimes I like to do an incantation. Okay, so Isis, priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood and queen of the Serpent of Fire, guides you through transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and where old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Can't make this up. You can't make this up again. Oh my goodness. Did you guys just hear that? Old energies are burned away in your growth. All you need to do is ascend. Ascension, yes, you will start growing and you will burn away the old stuff, okay? Trust that you are growing and are more capable than you have been previously. Well, look back 1 year, just 1 year, just look back 1 year. Where were you? Where was your mind? Look at how much you have grown in just 1 year. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have ever been. You need to learn what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now. So looking at that, just look at the growth you've done 1 year, from 1 year back, just one. Look at that growth. And the interesting part is we look at 2020 as, oh my gosh, and now we're going into this and we're like, it's getting worse and worse. Well, sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better, right? The serpent head. Now I'm going to show you this one again. I want you to see this one. The serpent headpiece of Isis represents the inner fire serpent, or the Kundalini, as it rises in accordance with spiritual growth and empowerment. Yeah, that is pretty powerful. It happens when the time is right and we are ready. There you go. Remember, we talked about divine timing. That's another thing. You can't make it up. We just talked about divine timing. Okay? It happens when the time is right and we are ready. It is important to realize that as your inner energy and power is growing, you will need to get used to the new levels of strength. This means that you will need to adjust your sense of your own abilities to meet your new levels of energetic empowerment. You will need to realize you're capable of more than you previously were, and also you may need to temper your behavior to take into account the greater power and effect of your words, thoughts, and actions. Now look at that. Words, thoughts, and actions. Did I tell you before that we can sit back and wait? It's going to take a longer time, but if we start thinking, we start talking, we start doing, going towards the path that we want to happen, we start creating. We are the creators. We are the I am that I am, okay? I am that I am. That is powerful, okay? Now, I said it in the beginning. Now the card comes, it says it again. The oracles never lie. It's always, we are in divine timing. It is time for us to do, to think, and to act. Okay? And every single deed that you are doing is going to make it easier. Every single thing that you are connecting, every single person that you're connecting to, every good deed you are doing, you are helping humanity. Okay? You think that one thing is not enough? Yes, it is. Even if you're just thinking about it, you call a friend you feel that might need your help, right? Or might need to hear from you. This person feels better and might do it again. Again, the ripple effect. So we have to do this. And when you grow stronger, your words, thoughts, actions, and intentions gather potency more so than before. Now, some of you have gone my DNA activation course, and everything you say, feel, do becomes 10 times more powerful. And I always tell people, if you're not ready to control your thoughts, do not take this. Do not go and get your DNA activated. Because what happens is, if you're going down the spiral of negativity, you're going to continue 10 times worse. Okay, so until you have control over your thoughts, over your feelings, and I'm not saying you have to have control, you're holding yourselves back. No. But I mean, like sometimes I can catch myself saying something, going down a negative spiral. I'm like, oops, erase on all dimensions, time, space, realities, because I don't want to go down that road, right? Because right now, as our ascension is more and more, we're ascending more and more 5D and beyond. What is happening is that we're in the heart space. So we have to connect with our hearts in our lives, right? We have to, when we make our decisions, we can't just make decisions from our brains, because the brain is not where it is. It's in our heart. How do we feel about it? Connecting with your heart, thanks, Pierre. Connecting with your heart has such a huge impact on yourself, but also the people around you. And if you're in a situation where you need to have a meeting with someone and it's a little bit difficult, you don't know how it's going to be, put yourself in a heart, put that person in a heart, put that whole place where you're going to meet in a heart. And you'll see you elevate the relationship. Okay? But what I like to do here, I would like to bring in a healing ritual. Okay? And I would like you to sit in a comfortable place. Sometimes when you do this, you have to do it in the full moon. If you want to imagine there's a full moon, there's a full moon. Okay? You are connecting with you. You are connecting with you. Okay? You're going to be connecting with yourself. So have your spine straight up, or if you want, lay down. But what happens when we lay down? Fall asleep sometimes. Okay. And I'm going to say the incantation below. It is a healing ritual. It's a heart healing ritual. Okay. And many of us need to heal our hearts. Okay. serpent of fire, rise above, filled with unconditional love, from the base of my spine to my heart. Your ascending fire now does start. To cleanse, to release, begin, begin. Rebirth of myself now from within. From my heart to the crown of my head, burning away energies dying or dead, igniting new life, new love, new fire, serpent of fire, rising, rising higher. I'm going to say it 2 more times. Just bring that energy into you. Serpent of fire, rise above, filled with unconditional love. From the base of my spine to my heart, your ascending fire now does start. To cleanse, to release, begin, begin. Rebirth of myself now from within. Breathe, my dears. From my heart to the crown of my head, burning away energies dying or dead, igniting new life, new love, new fire, serpent of fire, rising, rising higher. I'm going to say it one more time. Serpent of fire, rise above, filled with unconditional love. From the base of my spine to my heart, your ascending fire now does start. To cleanse, to release, begin, begin. Rebirth of myself now from within. From my heart to the crown of my head, burning away energies, dying or dead, igniting new life, new love, new fire, serpent of fire, rising, rising higher. And when you're ready, I want you to raise your arms above your head, palms facing up towards the heavens. Keep your shoulders as relaxed as you can and place your awareness on the base of your spine. Contract your pelvic floor muscles in and out, and it will feel like you are trying to stop yourself from going to the toilet. And if you cannot get the physical action of this, simply intend that there be energy contracting in and out at the base of your spine as you stimulate your Kundalini energy to awaken and rise. And do this for at least 10 seconds. Say aloud, I call upon divine protection of Mother Isis, priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. In unconditional love now, as my Kundalini, my serpent of fire, rises according to her innate wisdom, so be it. Breathe and push at the base of the spine for another 10 to 30 seconds. And if it feels comfortable, keep your arms raised while you're doing this. And when you're done, lower your arms and just feel the energy going through your body. Cleansing, clearing, radiating up from your spine all the way up to your head, all the way out. And just breathe a little bit deeper and then coming back. And when we do this, understand that I could feel your hearts were releasing, letting go, releasing, letting go. And when you do this, this is very powerful. You can always listen to this recording again and do it with me. I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel as well. But you can always do this again. Understand that you are a sovereign being. You are divine. You are all that is. And once you say this, once you acknowledge this part of you, Nothing can stop you, my dears. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Because then you're bringing in the power of the universe right into you. Letting it come out through your heart. Oh my gosh, guys. Clearing your heart, clearing your love. Opening up your love space. Opening up your ability to radiate this beautiful energy. Okay. Now, some of you are having a little bit of issues here in the hearts. Pull that out. Pull that out. Pull that out. You don't need to keep that in there. Thank you, my dear. Christy, you got your aw, thank you. Christy, did you get your electricity back? Because I didn't have it during the whole day. But anyway, I have it now, so I'm back. We're back. But yeah, it was a little bit funny being without any energy for a while. Beautiful day. Okay, my dears, but I want you to know that I will come back. I will work with you guys again. You don't have your... Christy, you do not have your electricity back? Let me know, because otherwise, if you can come here. If you need some heat, I have it. At least now I have. Let me know if you need to sleep over or something. If you like, I don't have water, but I do have my electricity back. Oh, I have my electricity. What am I thinking? I just don't have water. Well, I do, but my pipes are frozen. So tomorrow that'll be good. God bless you too, Pierre. God bless all of you. Remember, think, open up your abilities, connect with the divine, connect with your hearts, connect your hearts to other people. Oh gosh, Christy, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, you know I'm not so far away from you in case. Yeah. Texas, guys, Texas is not ready for snow, okay? Snow and cold, we're not ready for that. We're not made for that. But I hope mine's not gonna go off, but that could happen. But okay. I just want you guys, open your hearts, open your beings. Dana, you're welcome. Love you all. Much hearts, much love to each one of you. Just know that today you made my day by coming and connecting with me. I hope that you then will take this energy and connect with other people, you know? Ripple effect, right? The ripple effect. Just continue. Yeah, we have snow in Texas, Pierre. Do you understand that? We never have snow. So my pipes are completely frozen and I had no electricity, and I'm glad I have electricity. I'm glad I have snow. I could make some coffee. I took a little bit of snow and put it in on top of a fire, and I was able to get me some coffee this morning and this afternoon as well. So anyway, love you guys. All is well, and just stay in your hearts, okay? With so much love.